Hello students, welcome to Siddhapur Mathematics Academy. So in the today's class again I will continue with the exercise 7.5 from the NCERT. So in the last class I gave one question as a homework. That question is 11th one, integration of 5x upon x plus 1 into x square minus 4. So before writing proper or improper, first I will split the denominator. See, this is splitting as x plus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 2, because 4 is written as 2 square. It is x square minus 2 square. It is in the form of a square minus b square. Now I am writing whether it is a proper or improper. See, what is the highest power of x in the numerator? The highest power of x in the numerator is 1 in the denominator. This x and this x. Total there are 3x. That means x cube. So it is 1 by 3. In the numerator the power is 1, in the denominator it is 3. So is it a proper or what? Yes. Is a proper fraction. Next. By partial fraction, this is 5x upon x plus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 2 is equal to a upon x plus 1. All the three linear terms are different. Plus b upon x minus 2 plus c upon x plus 2. Let us call this as equation 1. Now keep the left side as it is. Take the LCM on right side. X plus 1, x minus 2, x plus 2. A is multiplied with x minus 2 into x plus 2. B is multiplied with x plus 1, x plus 2. I think now you are familiar how to take the LCM. C is multiplied with x plus 1 and x minus 2. On both the sides the denominator get cancels. Write down the remaining term. 5x is equal to a into x minus 2 into x plus 2 plus b into x plus 1 into x plus 2 plus c into x plus 1 into x minus 2. Now select the linear equation from right side one by one. First I am taking x plus 1. Put x plus 1 is equal to 0. That is x is equal to minus 1 on both left side as well as right side. So it is 5 into minus 1. 5 into minus 1 is equal to a minus 1 minus 2. A into minus 1 minus 2. Next bracket is minus 1 plus 2. Minus 1 plus 2. And b is with 0 because minus 1. This bracket is minus 1 plus 1. This bracket is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Here also minus 1 plus 1, that is also 0. This is minus 5a into minus 3 into 1. Minus 1 plus 2 is 1. Minus 5 is equal to minus 3a implies a is equal to 5 upon 3. Moving to the next one, that is x minus 2. I am taking x minus 2 as a 0. Put x minus 2 is equal to 0. That is x is equal to 2. So on left side it is 5 into 2. On right side minus 2 plus 2, 0. A is 0. B 2 plus 1 into 2 plus 2 and C is 0. Why? 2 minus 2 is 0. This is 10. B 3 into 4 implies B is equal to 10 upon 12. It is multiplication. Therefore, B is equal to 5 upon 6. Now, this is B value. Next alphabet is x plus 2 is equal to 0. put x plus 2 is equal to 0. That is x is equal to minus 2. 5 into minus 2 is equal to, see here, minus 2 plus 2, a is 0, even b is 0, c is minus 2 plus 1, next one is minus 2, minus 2. So it is minus 10 is equal to c into minus 1 minus 4. Minus 10 is equal to 4c, minus into minus plus. C is equal to minus 10 by 4, that is C is equal to minus 5 upon 2. I am writing a b value here. B is 5 by 6 and A is 5 by 3. Now write down that values in equation 1. Therefore, equation 1 becomes this is A value 5 upon 3 into x plus 1. B is plus 5 upon 6 into x minus 2 minus 5 upon 2 into x plus 2. Now integrate both the sides with respect to x. Integration of 5x upon x plus 1 into x minus 2 into x plus 2 into dx is 5 upon 3 x plus 1 into dx plus 5 upon 6 x minus 2 into dx minus 5 upon 2 x plus 2 into dx. This is 5 upon 3 log of x plus 1 plus 5 upon 6 log of x minus 2 minus 5 upon 2 log of x plus 2 plus c. See, is the sum is simple or what? Yes. Moving to the next example, that is question number 13. Moving to the next question, that is question number 13. Integration of 2 upon 1 minus x into 1 plus x square into dx. See, in the numerator we don't have a x, means its power is 0. In the denominator, x into x square is x cube. Comparing to denominator, numerator is less. So it is a proper fraction. First step. 2 upon 1 minus x into 1 plus x square is a proper fraction. Next, by partial fraction, two upon 1 minus x into 1 plus x square is written as. See, the first bracket is a linear equation, that's why it is a upon 1 minus x. Second one is a quadratic and further splitting is not possible. So it is bx plus c upon 1 plus x square. Let us call this as equation 1. Keep the left side as it is. Take the LCM on right side. It is 1 minus x into 1 plus x square. A is multiplied with 1 plus x square. Bx plus c is multiplied with 1 minus x. On both the sides the denominator get cancels. Write down the remaining terms. 2 is equal to a into 1 plus x square plus bx plus c into 1 minus x. Take a linear equation, because only for linear we can write like this. Put 1 minus x is equal to 0, that is x is 1. This is 2, a into 1 plus 1 square is 1. But this bracket is what? 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 into anything is 0. So 2 is equal to 2a. this implies A is equal to 1. See, we have a three unknown values A, B, C, and we calculated only one, and we cannot go for another substitution. Why? We have only one linear equation. So write down this equation as it is. We cannot go for any method here or any substitution. That's why I am writing consider two is equal to A into 1 plus x square plus bx plus c into 1 minus x. Keep the left side as it is, remove the bracket. A plus ax square, here remove the bracket, bx minus bx square plus c minus cx. Then write down the term with x square. It is a minus b x square common. Then the term with x, b minus c into x plus a plus c. Keep left side as it is. Now equate or comparing the coefficients of x square, x and constants on both the sides. By equating the coefficients of x square, x and constants on both the sides. Yes, what is the coefficient of x square on right side? On right side it is a minus b, but on left side we don't have a x square, so it is 0. Then even we don't have x, that is also 0. The constant is 2. Now write down a value. So b is equal to 1. Write down b value. C is also 1. See, if you write A and C, A is 1, C is 1, 1 plus 1, 2. Is it correct or what? Yes, that means whatever you calculated, that is correct. Now write down that values in equation 1. Therefore, equation 1 becomes 2 upon 1 minus x into 1 plus x square is 1 upon 1 minus x, bx, b value is 1, plus c, c is also 1 upon 1 plus x square. Here we cannot integrate directly, already you are familiar. So I am doing that one adjustment here. 1 upon 1 minus x plus x upon 1 plus x square plus 1 upon 1 plus x square. Now we integrate both the sides with respect to x. Into dx is equal to 1 upon 1 minus x into dx plus x upon 1 plus x square into dx plus 1 upon 1 plus x square into dx. See here, we are familiar with the integration of first one and the last one, but middle, it is nearer to the formula f dash of x upon f of x, that is the log of f of x. Differentiation of denominator gives numerator. See, what is the differentiation of 1 plus x square? 2x. Only for this we are thinking why? Because in the remaining 2 there is no x in the numerator. So it is integration of 1 minus x into dx. To get this form, I am multiplying and dividing by 2. Because differentiation of 1 plus x square is 2x. To balance this 2, I am writing 2 here. Yes. Now it is coefficient of x is minus log 1 minus x plus 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x square plus tan inverse x plus c. So this is the answer. The sums are very simple. Moving to the next question. Moving to the next question, that is question number 14. 2x minus 1 upon, sorry, 3x minus 1. 3x minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square. So it is a repeated square and here highest power of x is 1, in the denominator it is 2. So 3x minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square is a proper fraction. Next, by partial fraction, yes, how you write? 3x minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square will be written as a upon x plus 2 plus b upon x plus 2 whole square. Have you remembered this method or what? Already in the previous classes I explained this method. Now keep the left side as it is. X plus 2 whole square. Highest power is the LCM, x plus 2 whole square. With a already one term is there, so it is multiplied with one more term, plus b already highest term is there, so no need to multiply. Their denominator get cancels. 3x minus 1 is equal to a into x plus 2 plus b. So only one, it is repeated, that's why we are taking only once. Put x plus 2 is equal to 0. That is x is equal to minus 2. We have to write that value on both left side as well as right side. It is 3 into minus 2. 3 into minus 2 minus 1. A becomes 0 because minus 2 plus 2 plus b. Minus 6 minus 1 b implies b is equal to minus 7. And next selection is not possible, so put x is equal to 0. You can go for equating the coefficients or 0. 0 minus 1 is equal to a into 0 plus 2 plus b. Minus 1 is equal to 2a, b is minus 7. 2a is equal to minus 1 plus 7. 2a is equal to 6, so a is equal to 3. Now write down these values in equation 1. So by substituting these values in equation 1, equation 1 becomes 3x minus 1 upon x plus 2 whole square is equal to 3 upon x plus 2 minus 7 upon x plus 2 whole square. Now integrate on both the sides with respect to x. Three upon x plus 2 into dx minus 7 upon x plus 2 whole square into dx. This is 3 into log of x plus 2. Integration of 1 by x square is minus 1 by x. It becomes plus x plus 2 plus c. See, is it very simple or what? Yes. If you are thorough with all the methods, then the sums are simple. Moving to the next question. That is question number 15. 1 upon x raised to 4 minus 1 into dx. What is the highest power of x in the numerator? In the numerator there is no x, means it is a 0. In the denominator it is 4. So 1, and before that I am splitting this. It is 1 upon, first splitting is x square minus 1 into x square plus 1. Next splitting is, first bracket is written as x minus 1, x plus 1, x square plus 1. See, the third bracket will not split further. It is a quadratic equation. So first identify whether it is a proper or improper. Is a proper fraction. Next, by partial fraction 1 upon, I am writing that splitted value, x minus 1, x plus 1, x square plus 1. First two are a linear equations. So it is a upon x minus 1 plus b upon x plus 1. Third one is a quadratic. Further splitting is not possible. So cx plus d upon x square plus 1. This is equation 1. 1 upon x minus 1 into x plus 1 into x square plus 1 is equal to, already we are familiar, x minus 1, x plus 1, x square plus 1. A is multiplied with x plus 1 into x square plus 1. B is multiplied with x minus 1 into x square plus 1. C, x plus d is multiplied with x minus 1 into x plus 1. This denominator get cancels. Write down the remaining term. 1 is equal to a into x plus 1 into x square plus 1, b into x minus 1 into x square plus 1 plus cx plus d into x minus 1 into x plus 1. Select these linear terms first. Put x plus 1 is equal to 0. That is x is equal to minus 1. If you write x is equal to minus 1, then 1 is equal to minus 1 plus 1. A becomes 0. What about b? Minus 1 minus 1. The first bracket is minus 1 minus 1. Next bracket minus 1 square is plus 1. So it is 1 plus 1. And the last, this term becomes 0. Why? Minus 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 into any value is 0. So 1 is equal to b into minus 2 into 2 implies b is equal to minus 1 by 4. Select the next bracket. Next bracket is what? X plus 1. Put x plus 1 is equal to 0 implies x is equal to minus 1. Left side is already 1. It is a value is minus, we are writing x plus 1 is over x minus 1, sorry, x minus 1 is equal to 0 means x is equal to 1. It is a into 1 plus 1, 1 square is 1, b value 0 and the last bracket is 0. 1 is equal to 4a, this is 2, this is 2, or I will write one more, a into 2 into 2 implies a is equal to 1 by 4. See, I will write this value here. A we got 1 by 4. Now we cannot go for any substitution because out of 4 alphabets we calculated only 2, A and B. To get the remaining 2, first write down the equation problem as it is, that equation. We have to remove the bracket. Consider the equation. So this one 1 is equal to, consider 1 is equal to a into x cube plus x square plus 1 plus b into x cube plus x minus x square minus 1 plus cx plus d, it is x square minus 1, a minus b, a plus b. Here I am removing a bracket. 1 is equal to ax cube plus ax plus ax square plus a. Next, bx cube plus bx minus bx square minus b. Next, these values I will write here. b minus 1 by 4, a 1 by 4. Then cx cube plus cx cube minus cx plus dx square minus d. I will write the term with x cube, a plus b plus c. Then I will write the term with x square, a minus b plus d. Then the term with x, a plus b minus c. Then the term without x, a minus b minus d. So by equating or by comparing, the coefficients of x cube, x square, x and constants on both the sides. What is the coefficient of x cube on right side? A plus b plus c. There is no x cube on left side, so it is 0. And here we are familiar with, before writing the equation, just I will substitute. A is 1 by 4, b is minus 1 by 4 plus c is equal to 0. So c value is 0. Plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 get cancels. Next one is a minus b plus d is equal to 0. X square coefficient, again there is no x square. A is 1 by 4, b is minus 1 by 4, minus into minus plus. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 2 by 4. 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. So d is equal to minus 1 by 2. No need to write the next equation. If you want, write down a plus b minus c is equal to 0 and a minus b minus d is equal to 1. Already we got all the 4 values. No need to use that. Now write down that values in equation 1. Therefore, equation 1 becomes, if you want you can write this left side as a x minus 1, x plus 1, x square plus 1. Write down that a value. A is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into x minus 1. B is minus 1 by 4, x plus 1. And c value is 0. 0 into x is 0. Plus 0 minus 1 by 2 upon x square plus 1, because c is 0, or 1 by 4 into x plus 1 minus 1 by 4 into x plus 1 minus 1 by 2 into x square plus 1. Now integrate both the sides with respect to x. Left side I am writing as 1 upon x raised to 4 minus 1. I multiplied this. 1 upon x raised to 4 minus 1 into dx is equal to 1 upon 4 x plus 1 into dx minus integration of 1 by 4 x plus 1 into dx minus 1 by 2 into x square plus 1 into dx. This is 1 by 4 log of x plus 1 minus 1 by 4, sorry, x minus 1 log of x plus 1 minus 1 by 2 tan inverse of x plus c. See, is it very simple or what? Yes. Moving to the next example. That is question number 16. 1 upon x into x raised to n plus 1 into dx. Very important example. The sum is very important. because with the help of this we can solve so many examples. This we are treating as a formula and we are solving so many examples in the CET. I will explain that concept also here only. Here we don't know the power, that's why we are not applying a partial fraction. Directly we are not applying a partial fraction. If the power is known, if it is a square you know splitting, but cube we are not did. So we cannot apply. Without knowing the value of n, we cannot go for the partial fraction. So one term less than x raised to n is what? One term less than one term less than x raised to n is x raised to n minus 1. So multiply, please note down this step. Multiply both numerator and denominator by x raised to n minus 1. One term less. It is x raised to n minus 1 upon x raised to n minus 1 into x in the bracket x raised to n plus 1 into dx. Now in the numerator further splitting is not possible, keep as it is. Denominator, its power is n minus 1. Here x raised to n minus 1 into x is x raised to n minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 get cancels. X raised to n into x raised to n plus 1 into dx. Now I am going for a method of substitution. In the denominator I am writing x raised to n as a t or y, whatever it is. I am writing t. N into x raised to n minus 1. When you know that when you are doing a substitution in integration with integral sign, we have to go for differentiation. See, this is already present in the problem, x raised to n minus 1 into dx. Keep as it is. Take n on the right side, dt upon n. 1 upon t into t plus 1 into dt upon n. This is 1 by n constant. See, first I am writing the denominator and actually we have to go for partial fraction. But I will explain one more interesting concept. See, in the denominator when you observe t into t plus 1, they are very simple. Use the same terms in the numerator, either go for addition or subtraction. I want 1, add or subtract. T must cancel and 1 is remaining, 1 should remain. 1 should remain means how you are writing? So I am writing t plus 1 minus t. The same brackets I used in the numerator. Plus t minus t get cancels, 1 is remaining. See the next step. I kept 1 by n as it is. Next, t plus 1 upon this whole denominator I am writing. T into t plus 1 middle minus. Next I am writing again t upon t into t plus 1. See, t plus 1, t get cancels. 1 by n, t is 1 by t minus 1 by t plus 1 into dt. Please note down, this is very helpful for your CET. Now integrate. 1 upon n in the bracket log t minus log t plus 1 plus c. The bracket term is in the form of log m minus log n. 1 upon n log of t upon t plus 1 plus c. This is 1 upon t into t plus 1 into dt. Sorry, 1 upon x raised to 1 upon x into x raised to n plus 1 into dx. Problem is in the form of x, we got the answer in the form of t. So convert that. 1 upon x into x raised to n plus 1 into dx is equal to 1 by n log of x raised to n upon x raised to n plus 1 plus c. See, this is very interesting and important formula for your CET. In the theory, you have to solve all the steps, but in CET, how to write? How to apply this example? For CET, if the problem is 1 upon x into x raised to 6 plus 1 into dx. Yes, students, here can you apply the partial fraction? No. X raised to 6 splitting is no. We don't know. Apply this. Compare these two. They are in the same form or what? Yes. In place of n we have 6. 1 by 6 log of x raised to 6 upon x raised to 6 plus 1 plus c. So, one more example. 1 upon x into x raised to 100 plus 1. See, again we cannot apply partial fraction. 1 upon 100 log of x raised to 100 upon x raised to 100 plus 1 plus c. See, is it interesting or what? Yes. That's why I am telling, if you are thorough in the theory, easily you can approach CET.